some of it I read back to myself and I thought, well, I'm just glad I'm alive. And, on a serious note, though, I think in some small ways, you're kind of in the same boat as me with that, where you had some, I don't want to call them lost years, but you lived a pretty wild life before you got yourself on the straight and narrow, right?
Well, things are crazy all the time, but yes, there is definitely a different kind of crazy now than it was before. So,
well, tell me about the crazy back in the day, and then compare that to now, which is the much more positive, crazy life that you live.
Well, I think the biggest difference is just my own view of myself and people, and just feeling like that the world was just an accident that was waiting to self-destruct. And there's really no meaning. And then particularly for myself, feeling like I was, my mom had 6 kids and was a teen mom when, she had me, 15 when she had my brother, 16 when she had me, and feeling like I was another mouth to feed, and just getting in the way, and being sort of an empathetic person anyway, and always kind of feeling the weight of other people's feelings, which I guess not everybody has that kind of gift, I guess. I'll call it a gift now or curse. You can feel what other people feel. So if somebody's around you always, worried, you kind of catch that, and always afraid, always angry, always whatever. And then thinking you're crazy because, you don't even know why you're feeling that way. Sometimes, I don't know why I'm so sad. And then I realize it's this person in that house, or now I understand a little bit better. But back then I just felt like I was a mess. I didn't understand why I existed. And then I think after I guess the biggest tragedy for my childhood was my 3-year-old cousin getting beaten to death by a stepfather, and really feeling like this world is a messed up place, and why would anybody have children in this world? And, I wish that why is he dead and I'm still alive? And all these big questions for a kid that really had no answers for, except that it's just all waiting to destroy itself. And we just should it just felt very depressing, and I think by the time I was 10, I learned how to talk myself into that addiction to sadness, which is what I was, addicted to sadness. Like if I caught myself feeling happy, I felt guilty of that. And I would say, hey, this world is messed up. You need to be aware and not naive. And I equated happiness with being naive or sick, wrong. Something's wrong with you to be happy in a place where kids get beaten to death. So it's like, I was just very dark, and I just only liked people, and I hated people, especially happy people, especially people who believed in God, because at that point I stopped believing in God, and there's no, and I just hated myself, hated people, and hated any talk about God. And unless you hated people, I hated you, So I kind of was drawn towards the cynics and the people who really faced tragedy and death head on and loved rock and roll for that reason, really loved the sarcasm of Nirvana. I remember when I first heard Nirvana, I realized I felt seen and heard in a good way, because I was born 81, and when Nirvana came out, had been bullied throughout school, and they had, I was 11 or 12. My brother actually went to a show in Dallas, the Trees show, Nirvana show. My mom took him, and he brought home the tape, came into my room with the boombox, because I'm the only one that had one, listening to the one thing. I don't know what, I think I had like a Paula Abdul thing. I didn't know about rock and roll. Paula Abdul. And he brought it in, and I just was mesmerized from the beginning. I was like, what is this? These people look like us. And we get made fun of all the time for looking like that, And I was like, this is amazing.